Yeah, welcome to the Bill Global Live broadcast. I'm by name Dele Bello. I'm the president of the of the Bill Global and Bill International. Uh, you all are welcome to Bill. Before I start, let me speak with my beautiful dialect or beautiful language, the Edo language. Uh, Bahia be eduza la nokwa. Bahia be dene. Bahia domo. Owe domo domo ato egwe. Nunda we omogi fu egwe. Bahia bukia. Ivye donero wa kivye donero si. Igetu Bahia. Yeah. For those of you who doesn't understand my beautiful language, I just say something. I said Benin's at home and diaspora. Good day to you all. Happy Sunday. And I also said something, Domo. Domo, I don't know how to translate that to English because it's a little bit difficult. But we Domo Domo, I'm a begwe because Omo we never finish in the shining child we never finish in the palace. That is one of the issue. So, coming back today, it's also almost a week here that we were live again. Today, I would like to talk about the Beninese and the slavery, which is making around in the social media, even in the National Geographic something and others. In Wikipedia, Facebook, and other social medias. Yes, as we all know, the Beninese were known as Ubini Nokpe, inexhaustible, the land of inexhaustible, because we were full with so many other resources uh, at that period that we were not even interested in a slave trade. And in the whole of West Africa region uh, as a whole, or in the whole of Africa, the Benin can count themselves out of those slave trade because the Beninese were know about human rights respect. We were the only one in the whole of West Africa who was respecting human rights of other citizens. Uh, yes, although there are Beninese who were later uh, brought or sold or captured. I will use the word captured into slavery, especially in Lagos, as we all know, after the annexing of Lagos by the British, that so many Benis, like Benis from Abeokuta and Ogun State, Ondo State, most of these people were captured and brought into slavery. We all know these people, especially are Edo people, and in the Republic of Benin or Benin Republic, such a thing also happened. We all know that many of these people were also Benin or Edo or Eastern dissidents. But a lot happened on the way because many people are asking why are so many people of Benin origin are now slavery, like somewhere in Brazil, Jamaica, in Dominican Republic, and in so many, somewhere like Barbados, Antigua, and others. Yes, like Ikwere people in Antigua or something like that. There are so many Ikwere people in Antigua. We need Honduras also in Honduras, then in Colombia as well, and so many other places in the South America or Central America and also North America. We need to talk about this. We need to let people know. They need to hear our voice. These people need to know whom they are and where they came from. Uh, I don't know if you people heard or viewed the video from the Omonoba Nedu Huapolopolo Oba Ewari II few months ago, talking about the independence of Brazil, that the Benin were the first to to accept Brazil as an independent state or independent country. Many people may not understand that. I think it was 19 or 1829 or 1929. I can't remember the year fully. We need there's a reason for that why these people were fully recognized by the Benin, because that the Oba of that period believed that these people were Benin. Uh, the British the British did a lot to make sure that the Benin didn't find their way back home. Uh, by so doing, there's a lot happened. These people were given fake identity. For example, uh, it's only those people who really was captured who arrived safely in their country where they are now, were able to trace their identity. But after the death of their parents and others, a lot of this identity also died with these people because uh, they never really do something so that their children remember where they came from. But uh, nevertheless, I always say the Benin's are seeds because we are seed in the process or in that action that we were thrown away. These people were thrown away. They were taken from their whole land. Buffalo soldiers brought to America, brought to the Caribbean, brought to all parts of the world, and given wrong identity. When the Oni of Ife will go to Brazil and start claiming these are their people, yes, there are some Yorubas there. They later given identity Yorubas, and at the same time, in so many other places like Haiti and Cuba and others, if you go deep into this area, you will not understand. You will understand why we are saying these are our children. These are children of the Benin. And I want to make it clear again: the Benis were not in one way or the other involved in any slave trade or any slavery of anybody or any African indigens, to put it correct, because our neighbors are looking for one way or the other to put their wrongdoing into the heads of the Benin. And with the Benin, we are not going to be accepting such uh, illiteracy anymore because uh, we all know that the Yorubas were fully involved in slave trade. Likewise, the Igbos and others, they were all fully involved in slavery. They sold their people to slavery and others. The Benis were not in that form. But there's also one thing we cannot fully say it didn't happen. Like somewhere in Lagos, which was annexed, and in some part of the eastern part of Nigeria, with the Igbo area of today, where the Benin's empire also spread to. The British it was also able, and the French and the Portuguese was able to, or the Germans were able to penetrate into our territory and start enslaving our people, taking them hostage, and doing a lot of demonic things to them. In that sense, we need to really understand what went wrong, why things went wrong the way it was. Even before the invasion of the Benin Empire or the Benin city, The Benin Empire almost already fall apart. We need to understand this because I will not like the situation where we say these are traitors, these are not traitors. We need to understand what was going on in the Benin Empire in those period. Yes, there was commotion, there was so many other things that was really happening. The Benin were struggling to put the empire together, but unsuccessful. They were not successful really to merge the empire together again, to make the empire great at its worst again, because we overlooked so many things. Because the British always come with mirrors and they come with gifts. Likewise, the Portuguese were were espionage. They were involved fully in and participated fully in the downfall of the Benin Empire. Because if the Portuguese were our friends, as we are talking, as we are saying today, they should have been able to stop the German, to stop the British, to stop the French from doing all what they did to our people. We can see today in the whole world where the Benin are. I'm even sure that the Benin is even more like the oceanic area, like uh, continent like Australia and others, that we were able to discover those places. But I'm not fully sure of what I'm saying right now. But in this, a lot need to be done. We need to make sure find out so many things about the Benin empires because most of the things we know or we read today in Google and others or Wikipedia are being cited by the British, by the Yorubas, by the Igbos, or by the sometimes by the Ijaw people who want to wash their hand away from what they did wrong. We need to put that correctly, and we need to say this time after time because there's no single evidence that the Benin Obas or the Benin Empire participated in any slave trade or any human trafficking or something like that. But let our neighbors come out to say this, what I'm saying here now. But we have evidence, full evidence of their wrongdoing, of what it did to our people. And I believe they should come out to the whole world and say sorry to our people, not just because of slavery, because of the damages they did to our civilizations in Africa. For example, someone like Ajayi Crowder, then so many of them from the Yoruba sector, from the Igbo sector, who were fully loyal to the British, to the French, and others, uh, play a very important role that the British was successful in demoralizing Nigerians or the Ubini Nokpe people. The Ubini Nokpe was known as self-sufficient, was known as one of the mightiest empire in Africa as a whole, not just only West Africa, in Africa as a whole. In that period, the world power was also afraid of the Benin because of our military strength and others. They know this fully, and that's why they come up with this idea of annexing. The first foremost was they started from Ghana, where our people are, from Ivory Coast, from so many areas today where they call uh, I don't know how to say this so that I won't offend so many people. Uh, so many other areas in Africa where we know today that these are Benin, children of Benin, where their language is very similar to that of Benin. That every word they say, you could easily understand what they're talking about. if you're an Edo person or Esan person or Urobo person, you will fully understand what these people are talking about. We need to start doing things the way it's supposed to be. We need to start uh, talking about things as it is, because uh, I'm fully aware of the difficulties we are facing because of the internet, Facebook, Instagram, and all other social media's platform, because of the regulations we are facing there to put all these things correctly. And not just only that, some of our children, because what I know from my own father, that the Oba owes the wench, the wizard, and everyone in the kingdom or in the empire. Yes, there has been a lot of challenges putting all these things together, because some of our historians are also reluctant to come out fully to say what they know about the empire. It's only of recent that the Benin started waking up from their sleep, because the challenges was then overwhelming. The people were running us as if we were in their pit hole. You know, at that period, I was crying and calling on so many of our people to stand up for the Benin Empire, but many of them were reluctant to do that. But I'm very, very proud of my people today because of the changes that is going on, and we all now recognize that there's a need for us to defend this empire, for us a need for us to defend our people, to defend our history, because history is not just only written, history is being made. The Benin Empire made history, not just because of the resources. We were great in so many aspects. You know, so many aspects. We were hardworking people. We have a lot of things to show today, to show to the world. Look, this is what we have done, and this is what we are capable of doing again in the future. But there are so many other obstacles in our way, which is religion. I am not against any religion, but if we continue with the religion, the practice we are having today, I don't think we will be having a brighter future. Not just because people believe in Jesus Christ or other things, but there are so many issues surrounding the Christianity, surrounding the Islamism, that we need to discuss. We need to talk about without insult, without offending anybody. We all know in some aspects that the Christians and the Muslims, they are not other liberal, they are not other coming forward to really talk about the religion, the atrocities that this religion committed against Africans. But sometimes we need to talk about it to know where we goes wrong, to know where the mistake lies, and how to correct this mistake in the future. This is very, very important, because when we also talk about slavery or occupying or annexing or whatever we talk about, we should also understand that the Africans, we were not only just in Africa. We went as far as Spain, in so many in England, Great Britain, and others. Also did a lot of things. We occupied these people thousands of years. You know, we gave them so many educations. The world always turned around, as people says. You know, that time was our time. Now the this is their turn. We need to be very fast in doing things, so that we move with the earth as the earth is moving. Very soon we will also be coming to this festival called Igwe Festival. Which also collide with the Christmas and the others. Uh, in the Benin Empire, the Igwe festival is specially celebrated by the Edo people, by the Esan, by the Ika, Orobo, and others. Uh, but today, people are mistaking Igwe festival for Christmas. Igwe Festival is a thanksgiving to Almighty God, to Sanogodua, also thanking the head because the Benin believe the head also is also playing a very important role, and also to the ancestors, which also played a very important role in our lives. You know, and we should learn how to tolerate because when I see how our people are insulting our ancestors today, it make me wonder and it make me cry to demonize all about our forefathers and all other things that has to do with our forefathers, our ancestors. These are the people who gave birth to us. Their DNA is in us. In everything we do today, their DNA is there. You can't deny it. But I cannot understand why we are claiming the religions of other people who committed so many atrocities against us. I cannot really understand that. I'm very sorry for that. I'm not autism or something like that against Christian or Muslim or something like that. No, I'm not like that. But I'm trying to understand, to bring understanding to you people. Why you people are whom you are today. Uh, let me it's not just only in Nigeria. When you go down to the Caribbean also, you see the same phenomenon going on about Christianity, about how the pastors, how they misuse the power they have against our people. You people always call them a man of God. In my own eye, everyone is the man of God. It depends on how you use the power being given to you by God that makes you to be a man of God. It's not by being a pastor or by being imam or sultan or whatever that make you to be a man of God. A man of God definition is somebody who stands for his people, who is loyal to his people, who doesn't misuse the power he has against his people. For me, I'm somebody who cares about his people, the well-being of his people. That is a man of God. Not somebody who is having a private jet just because he has his own church or because he has his own mosque that now is now representing God. Actually, it's only one person that is representing God on earth, which is the Omonoba Nedo Kuapolopolo, Oba Erediawa, Oba Eware the second. Sorry for the mistake. Oba Eware the second. Nogidigan the Great. We should try to start understanding so many things. Let me come back again to the slave trade. In Brazil, for example, because I want to a little bit concentrate on Brazil and Cuba. If you go to Brazil today, there's this big statue of Ododuwa that is being uh, in Brazil. Many people always ask why these people have the statue of Ododuwa in Brazil. For good explanation, I can tell you why. Ikaladehan, known as Izoduwa, corrupted to Ododuwa by the Yorubas, left the Benin Empire with a crown on his head. And this crown on his head is what the Yorubas are arrogating today as, as their crown. Actually, that crown is made in Benin. When Izoduwa left Benin to Yoruba land, consider where the mistakes by the Yoruba is coming from. When it arrived in Yoruba land, when he was asked, "Who are you?" he said, "He is the son of the sky king." Yoruba now misinterpreted all these things to say today he fell from the sky, because we all know Izoduwa was the son of Ogiso, which was Sky King. The misinterpretation of so many things, and this the prince from Benin didn't just left Benin alone. He left with so many other people, and people also believe that he came back to Benin for a visit, where so many of Benin chiefs also follow him with his deities. When we have Oromila today, we have Isago, Olokun, and so many other things now that has been, or Iha, or Gwega, that is being, uh, that is being today, say these are Yoruba deities. These are actually Benin deities, native Benin deities. And to come back to Brazil, these people were told by the Yorubas, who also were working hardly with the colonial power to make sure the history of these people were erased. We're telling these people that this statue of Ododuwa is a Yoruba person. We all know this is not a Yoruba statue. Actually, it's 100% made in Benin. Oni of Ife should come out today to explain to us how this statue come about and how this crown come about. This crown was made in Benin 100%, not in any village or any city in Yoruba land. And there are so many issues that Yoruba are trying to corrupt or misinterpret. Like the Oba head is buried in Ife. Not at all. We know Ododuwa head or Ododuwa was buried in Ife. He died and he was buried in Ife. And if you go there today, you will also see the sign there. So there are so many misinterpretations, and most of these people who are doing this are just working tirelessly because of their inferior complex to make sure the Benin doesn't regain the power they were having before. Because the black community, the black Africans worldwide, or black worldwide, we are very proud of the Benin Empire because this was the only empire that really stands for them, that doesn't sold their children, even try as much as possible to relocate these people back home. Ask the Igbos how many people they relocate back home, or ask the Yorubas how many people they relocate back home. But the Benin were able to do that. Once we know these are our people, most of them who wanted to come back were relocated. Most of them in Benin City, most of them in Lagos. So there's a lot we need to talk about, because the Benin never find it necessary to be involved in any slave trade because we had the resources. We had the resources to trade with the British, to trade with the Portuguese, to do without any other human trafficking or something else, or slavery. But our neighbor, they find it very important, very necessary that they sold their children, they sold almost everything they were having to the British. And also mentally drained to the British, because the British completely brainwashed them, you know, to do whatever they did in that period, and still doing it today. Because we can still see the level of things are moving in Nigeria. Without the British, things doesn't really happen in Nigeria. Not even an election or changing of government or something like that. We need to understand fully why the Benin are fully relegated. We need to wake up again from our slumber, from our sleep, to make sure we regain the power that belongs to us. Retake what belongs to us in Nigeria. to have our own independence. This is very, very important because we cannot continue this way the Nigeria is today. To regain our independence, to regain our territory, to regain our people from from all these slave mentalities, corrupt people that are working together, destroying the resources of the Ubini Nokpe. The Benin are actually reduced to South South. We are not just South South. If you go to the middle belt, you will find the Benin. You will find the Benin in the majorities. There are so many areas we need to go into to see how the Benin uh, actually influence the whole world. Because what I heard is also that the Benin also influenced the Portuguese language, the language of the Portuguese, their Benin or Edo word inside it. And when people are coming up today to say, this is so on this is so, I'm really surprised that those people who are well educated, the Yorubas and Igbo, couldn't find it uh, easier to accept the truth behind everything. And they started fabricating histories and others just to make sure the Benin doesn't come forward again. But that is just, there's no fire without a smoke, or there's no smoke without fire. So things are going to be very, very difficult for you people in the future if you people continue this way, because the Benin people, we are going to be having our own independence. We are going to be having our own country. That is for sure. And you people cannot do anything against it. We are not the one who caused the whole problem in Nigeria. It was the Igbo, the Hausa, the Yorubas. The problems we are having today because of mismanagement, bad leader, corrupt leaders. You hardly find a good person that is corrupt that is in the government today. So that's why it's very, very important we go back to our own tradition. So I would like to close here today and see next time if I can make it again, half an hour or an hour, to really talk much about the slave trade. Because the Benin, it was not necessary for the Benin to have a slave trade, because the resources of the Benin was more than that. And we were very, very protective. We protected our brothers and sisters in any form, in anywhere we could in the whole world. You know? So uh, we all know the whole issues about the Benin uh, slave trade, because everything started coming up the moment the Benin started shouting, we want our artifact back, we want our geography back, we want our physics back, we want our chemistry back, we want everything back that belongs to us. And God Almighty, Osanowodua, will stand for us. Our ancestors will stand for us. We have to reclaim what belongs to us, and we will do that in a peaceful manner. And I thank God today we have the Omonoba of Benin, who really stand for our culture, for our heritage, who is doing everything possible to bring peace to this nation, the Ubini Nokmewu, and also bring back our ancestors back home, from wherever they are in the world today. Be a proud Benin person, whether you are Isan, Ika, whether you're from Iseluku, from Isoko, Urobo. Identify yourself with us, equal people also. Identify yourself with us. Let us work together to form the Ubini Nokpewo again. Yes, there are so many questions people are still asking about that. Yes. I believe coming to a round table, talking about everything, it really makes sense. It really makes sense because without not talking about it, and talking about it in social media doesn't really make sense. We need to sit down on the table, talk about it without discrimination, talk about it without supremacy, and let's see, even a single language is possible. A single language that will unite everyone is possible without supremacy or something like that. I can assure you, if we have a single language and have our own commonwealth, I don't think nobody can stop us, because the money we are using to feed Nigeria today, we can use it for our people and make our people great again, make our nation great again. So, Obagato is Guatiwa Hill. So, then I'm leaving you people here because I need also to do things. I need to do other so many things, and see. You can see some of the materials that is being made in Benin Empire, the Ubini Nokpe. People should understand why we are so great, why the whole world knows us. Is because of the work of our forefathers. So we need to regain our freedom back, and our country, and let's move on to the next level. So thank you very much. Thank everyone for joining me, and I really appreciate